All right, hey y'all, you want to see something dope? Let's try planning in the car. Like planning. All right, so I'm in my monthly view, but we're going to do a weekly view. So I'm going to design this page. So the whole week, we're going to put a calendar in there. Okay, we're going to update it. Put a couple links in there. Add some additional additives from the sticker book, or just using the items in Goodnotes. All right, so here we go with this drive. The Adidas are fly too. All right, so here we go. All right, so first we got our, I don't know what those little flags, and we're going to put the flags on top. So this is something new. I saw another digital planner do this, and I said, oh, that's different. So you can either put the dates on that Sunday sticker. That's in the sticker pack. So I'm using the Crimson sticker pack for this one and the Crimson book. So I'm just going to place all of them on top. It's really just a lasso copy paste. And, I'm a little type A, so we're going to make sure that they're aligned perfectly. And again, I took those flags from the sticker pack, so you can use any one of them. I'll go back and either handwrite or do a text to type in the dates. So now we're going to see what's next. I don't know why I have such a long pause right here. I'm doing a voiceover on here, but there's a long pause. Probably because, again, remember I'm doing this live in the car. So maybe something happened, not a, accident or anything, but maybe there was just like a, I don't know, something going on with the remote. But again, so I have the Crimson sticker pack. We're going to decorate this. Now, here's what I do, just kind of as a side note while I'm waiting on the rest of this to film. Once I have this weekly plan in place, I actually will save all of this, lasso the whole thing, and save it in Elements, so I don't have to recreate it again. All right, here we go. One of the things I just added, we'll probably add this, I'll talk to the creative team to add this, is the increments. So the 0 to 30 minute increments. So you can kind of see it for those who are more visual. You may have to go in the screen just to see it, but that's what I'm putting in here. The other thing is because I have 2 different time zones I work in, I go ahead and I started doing this. I said, well, you know what, let me just make a sticker for it. So I just used the text feature and did all this, and I saved it as an element. So what I'm doing right now is that half increments. So that's the 0 to 30. And then what's in blue, which FYI, you can just lasso it and change it to any color, is the central time zone, because I do things in 2 different time zones. All right, so that's what you see there. Now on the bottom part of the weekly, that's an area where you can get really creative. I mean, you can even block it all out if you want to. I use it for a specific checklist. So it not necessarily goes with and pertaining to that week, but there's specific checklists. So I'm just putting those in place. And inside of that, what I'll do is I'll write or type what it is. Maybe it's a to-do, follow-up, anything that may be specific, or it could be a recap of the day, or the top, up top I'll put like the top 3 things that have to be done sometimes, and then on the bottom I'll do like a recap or a follow-up. So I'm just aligning those. I think the best way to do it, again, once you do this like one time, all you have to do is lasso this whole thing and save it. So that's what I love about it. So you're not recreating pages after pages every time you do this thing. I'm going to go ahead and use the check boxes, and I'm going to place them on top. Now this set, for some reason, they're all together, so I just got to crop it out. When you tap it, the crop button comes up, and so you can use the crop tool. These actually size perfectly, but I only need 3 of those boxes, so I'm going to crop it down to 3, and there we go. I'm going to lasso it, and now this is the new feature. So with lasso, you could do a freehand lasso, or you can use the square lasso. So I'm using the square lasso. I'm going to do it also down at the bottom. So I'm going to keep square and squares. Again, you can use the bottom to be a checklist, a recap, specify certain areas. So it doesn't necessarily have to correlate to the day. I guess that's the point I was trying to make. That's why I love the aspect of digital planning. All right, so we got that rocking, and now we got the text box. So with the text box, the text box, that Goodnotes only has this feature where you can like have a solid background, so almost use it like a sticker. And so what I'll do is like the sidebar, I've been using the sidebar a lot more, is I'll use that and I'll just press return, you know, and kind of block it out. You can change different colors. Here I'm just using it as a sticker feature. I'm trying to, you know, line it up. But this is where I'll like place and overlap other elements, you know, like checklist, and I'll show you how I do my linking as well to link to other sections of the planner. So I'm not doing a lot of clicking. I can just get like straight to it from my weekly. I use the weekly page more than any other section in this digital planner because I need to see where my gaps are so I can fill in the gaps of appointments and then my time and then be more strategic. I'm going to do another video. I actually went to paper planning, but there was a reason why. And I realized I'm not a paper planner. I'm just so used to digital planning, and I still was using my digital planner, but I did it for a reason, and I'm glad I kind of did it because it made me realize the advantages of digital planning. One of them is when appointments move around or I need to move things around, I like the fact in a digital planner, I can move things around. Just like if you were moving things around in like your iPhone or your iCal. So I got a little creative. I like to have like sections where I can do the linking. And so I like that little box because I can do the text feature. You can also use a checklist too, but I kind of like that one because it's a little fun. Here, I'm trying to find a top label. I know this sounds a little crazy. So you can kind of get creative because of the cropping tool. So I'm going to use this top, that little red kind of like label, and you'll see what I'm saying here. But I'm going to crop it out because I just want that section. Now, my thought process when I did it, I was like, that's a great idea. And then I did it. And I'm like, I don't know if I like it anymore. So that's why I'm a little like, do I put it here? Do I put it here? Where do I put it at? Is it upside? I don't know. So kind of went through a couple different things. Probably will change that for sure. Now, let's see. With the shape tool, that was something else. Here, I'm going back. Sometimes for me, when I'm looking for something, I need to see it. So I'll just kind of open, click up the dashboard so I can kind of see all of it in one place. I wanted that hexagon. So I am actually been testing personally using hexagons as part of planning. Oh, say that fast. And so I pull one of the hexagons. Probably won't use it here because I think after I placed it, it just looked really weird. But I am personally working on something I've just been messing around with. I'll probably shoot it to the creative team to kind of wrap up, right? To do some like designs with hexagons. So right now, I mean octagons. Hello. Like reading is fundamental. That part, and knowing shapes are too. All right, so I was looking for this. This came out of the Thriver sticker pack. Breast cancer Thriver, so breast cancer colors. I wanted that element and that calendar. Now I know that says March, but I needed it to be a placeholder just so you can kind of see, get a visual. One of the things that I realized after, so I'll go in and do May, of course. What I like about it is it can let you see the month without me having to go back to the month if I needed to see certain things. One of the things that I realized with that white background, I don't like it. I like the other one with color. And so you can use the color palette to kind of, color coordinate. And one of the things I do know, if Goodnotes does this, I like Noteshelf. And I like Goodnotes. I started with Noteshelf. But if Goodnotes figures out how to lock an element, lock a image, game over. I'm just saying, right? All right, so now we're doing links. Both Noteshelf and Goodnotes have links. Here's how I set mine up. That's why I like that little sticker, what looks like stripes. Is I'll type all my my titles over to another section. So I just have it in a different section. I don't type it in there because of the whole layering type thing and the linking. So I just type everything I know I want. and then I'm going to move it, and then I'll link it. So I'm not going to show the linking on here because I do show the linking in a different video. So just go back on YouTube and check that one. I'll see if I can link it to this one or put it in the comments or something. So I'll go ahead, and these are the sections that I go to all the time because I'm always in the weekly section. I'm always in my weekly format because to me, your weekly spread is your truth serum. It's especially if you want to be productive. It shows you your gaps in time, good, bad, and indifferent, right? But you can see everything. It's like I said, it's the truth serum. So I'll go back and link that later, and I show you how to do that in another video. I am looking at time blocking. So the other thing I do is time blocking. I'm big on that. I got another couple things I started doing that I'll share. But with time blocking, both features actually do this with an exception. So Goodnotes does the press and hold, which it goes into a shape. You can use the menu like I just did, lassoed, tapped it to change the color. If you go into the shapes tool and tap it again, it'll bring up those dots where you can expand. So you can go longer, you can go wider. In this case, I just went longer to section out that section of the morning where I do my devotional. So it's like me time for like a whole hour. Me and the Lord. Yeah, we have our time right there. I'm getting better at that part too. So, but I section it out. So I'm intentional about getting it done. I'm just doing it again, choosing the color, lassoing it to change the color on it, tapping the shape section. So with the shape section, I can spread it out. Now, I could have copied and pasted, but once you tap that expansion, for some reason, it just didn't work. And that's how you digitally plan in the car. I mean, I think it's pretty dope that you can actually still plan and it looks, fabulous, and you can be productive. That's the key. It's all about being productive. So planning is definitely dope with One Dope Planner digital planner. Make sure you get yours today. Hope that helped. Have a good one.